Ezekiel chapter 2 and 8. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be not thou rebellious like that rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. Now, Ezekiel verse 7 to 9. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant, harder than flint, have I made thy forehead. That's what God has made my head, harder than all your heads. So I ain't afraid of you, house of Israel. I ain't afraid of any of you nations. He has made me an iron pillar, a brass wall against all kings of Judah, against the princes thereof, and against all the nations of the land. And they'll fight against me, but they'll never prevail against me, for God is with me. Okay? All right. And you take it up with your God, who you don't fast and pray and ask nothing. It's about time you fast and pray and ask your God, O house of Israel, O rebellious house. Instead of being jealous of the true prophets and seers of the Most High God, go learn your God from him, and stop learning him from your own heart and your own spirit. Learn him from him. But I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. And as an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Jeremiah 5 and 23 to 24. But this people have a revolting and a rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone. Neither say they in their heart, let us now fear the Lord our God, that gives rain, both the former and the latter, in his season. He reserves unto us the appointed weeks of the harvest. Up till now, you don't pour out your heart before God and fast and pray to him. Isaiah 50 and 5. The Lord God has opened my ears, and I was not rebellious, neither turned away back. What did Isaiah do? When God spoke to him, he opened his ear, and he wasn't rebellious. God never opened you guys' ears, and you're still rebellious. Ezekiel 2 and 7. And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious. Deuteronomy 31 and 27. For I know thy rebellion and thy stiff neck. Behold, while I am yet alive with you this day, you have been rebellious against the Lord. That's when Moses was talking to your foreparents. And how much more after my death? Do you hear what Moses asked you? How much more after his death? And we know, let me read it for you if you don't know, because people still don't understand this. 1 Samuel 15 and 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. That's why they don't have God. Because 1, they're rebellious. 2, they're stubborn, and they're in idolatry. That's why they haven't found God. Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Now, let me prove that. When I told you people can bewitch you with words, they're speaking all this fake Hebrew about shalom and khan and ank and all this stuff that they're saying is lies. Remember, Galatians 3 and 1. O foolish Galatians, who has bewitched you, that you should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Christ has been evidently set forth, crucified among you? Now, Job 34 and 37. For he adds rebellion onto sin. He claps his hands among us and multiplies his words against God. So what? This is rebellion. You multiply your words against God. You speak out of your own heart. That is rebellion. Let me read this again, what Job says to you people. For he adds rebellion onto his sin. He claps his hands among us and multiplies his words against God. All right? Now,